Hi everyone, I just got a massive library book haul. It's 9 books. Today was my last day of school. I have my final this morning and I immediately went to the library because I'm ready to disappear into my room and just read for 2 weeks straight. So, I got The Kingdom of Back by Mary Lou. I didn't realize till now this was by the author of Legend. I read the Legend. I have Pursued by Jerry B. Jenkins and Tim LaHaye, which I read the first book in this series like a year ago. So I'm decided to get back into it. I have The Young Elites by Mary Lou. The Night Hunt by Alexandra Christo, who also wrote To Kill a Kingdom, which is a book I have on my shelf back there somewhere. I have The Wicked Fox by Kat Cho, and this one I picked up because the cover looked cool. Well, most of these got my attention because the cover looked cool. Especially this one. A Thousand Heartbeats by Kira Cass, which sounds like a romance. It looks like a romance. I enjoy a good, clean romance. And then also, I love Kira Cass. I've read a bunch of her books, The Selection and some of her other. This one is The Librarian of Auschwitz, which I figure if I'm getting so many fantasies, I might as well throw in a historical fiction. But I'm looking forward to it. And then Sophia, Princess Among Beasts by James Patterson. And Night of the Raven, Dawn of the Dove by Rati Mehrotra. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I am looking forward to reading all these. I did some research on them before I actually brought them home from the library. They're all supposed to be clean, but you can't always tell. I'm really looking forward to this. Hi everyone. So this is part 2 of reviewing my library haul. I previously reviewed these 5 books. If you want to hear the review of any of these, please go watch my other video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the last 4 books from my library haul. If you don't remember, I'm reviewing these books in the same order that I read them, and I really hope you guys stick around to hear about the rest of the books. Hi, so the first book I'm going to be reviewing today, and the 6th book I read in my library book haul, is Pursued by Jerry B. Jenkins and Tim LaHaye. So this is a Christian book. It is the 2nd book in Left Behind, the Young Tribulation Force series. It is about a group of 4 kids after the rapture, which is when all the Christians were taken up to heaven, and they are now facing 7 years of tribulation before the end of the world. So the 4 kids age range from 12 to 16. This is their story of growing stronger in their faith, of trying to share their faith with others in a world where that's not allowed. And there's the Antichrist and prophecies from the Old Testament and Revelation about the end times are coming true, and there's just so much going on. They've discovered who the Antichrist is. I enjoyed this book. I feel like this is a good series for Christians who are young teens or tweens. I enjoyed it. I'm going to be reading the next 2 in this series at some point, and at some point I also plan to read the Left Behind series, which this is like the kids version of that. So I enjoyed it, and I feel like a lot of Christians, that is a good thing for Christian children to read. It's very Revelation, and they quote Bible verses in it and stuff. Okay, so the next book is Night of the Raven, Dawn of the Dove by Rati Mehrotra. So, this was one of my 2 favorite books that I got at the library. I really enjoyed it. So it is fantasy. It has some clean romance. It's slow burn though. The second kiss is on the last page. But yes, I really enjoyed this book. It is like India Hindu mythology. So there's like magic and there's monsters, creatures. So the main character's name is Katyani. She is bound to the queen through magic. She has a blue butterfly in her neck. And through that butterfly, she can feel the queen's moods, where she is. She can communicate telepathically with her. And she got that because supposedly the queen saved her life through magic. And that magic formed a bond between them. She is a bodyguard. She guards the king and queen, and then also their son and their niece and nephew. She is sent off to a school where they'll learn magic with the son and the nephew. And she's there as a bodyguard and a student. While there, she meets the love interest. He is the son of the teacher of that school. And she learns magic, and there's quite a bit of banter between her and the love interest, which I really enjoyed. It's cute, and then later on, they're just so cute together. Like, you never expect him to be a cook. He's terrible, but she lets him feed her it because she likes him. It's adorable. But so she returns home, and there's this plot twist. The royal family is attacked by creatures. They are led by her grandfather. She did not think she had any living relatives. And it's just a crazy plot twist. And how they got in the palace, and there was a betrayer on the inside. Who that is, it completely surprises you. And I really enjoyed all the twists and turns that this book took me on. The reason that the cover, the title is Raven and Dove, is because who she's bound to changes hands twice. She's originally bound to the queen, so she has a blue butterfly. And then she's bound to someone else, so she gets a raven. And then she's bound to someone else, so she gets a dove. And that person ends up freeing her. But I really enjoyed the magic aspects and the mythology and the creatures and stuff. So I definitely suggest this book. Next we have The Librarian of Auschwitz. This is a historical fiction. It's based off the real story of Dita Cross. Most of this book takes place in Auschwitz-Birkenau, and the main character is 14 at the beginning and 16 at the end of the book. But she is a librarian. She is entrusted with the 8 books that the secret school at Auschwitz-Birkenau family compound has. There is a lot more to the story. The author goes down several side characters' lives a little in order to more fully explore the relationships between the inmates and the guards, and then also what's happening in the world at that time. This was a decent book. It's not my favorite historical fiction I've read. I've read quite a bit of historical fiction from World War II and the Holocaust. So this one was just okay to me. It does have LGBTQ material. And that's about it. The last book I read was The Kingdom of Back by Mary Lou. This book taught me quite a bit about real life. Well, not real life, history. I had no idea that Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, otherwise known as Mozart, who we hear all the time, had a sister who was child prodigy just like him. Just because that she was a woman, that she was never really able to pursue that path like he was. So this is her story. I am the sister, the other Mozart, and her story is mine. The author based this book off of just one little thing she learned in an autobiography. That the Mozart children, when they were toured all over Europe, came up with a magical land, the Kingdom of Back. And they used this land to just tell stories to pass time. That was how they entertained themselves in long carriage rides. But the author totally took this and ran with it. So the main character, Nannerl, it's her story as she grows in music, and she wants to be immortal. Not live forever, but she wants her memory to go on forever. And someone from the Kingdom of Back hears that wish. And she has to struggle with herself, and she has to save the Kingdom of Back in order to save her brother, which means she has to give up her wish to be remembered forever. But at the same time that she gives up that wish, she finds that she already has it. She'll be remembered forever through her brother, who loves her and who she loves. And then also some of her compositions have been published under his name. In true history, we have no way of knowing if any of her works were actually published under his name. We do know none of her compositions survived, and that there is a possibility some of her compositions were published under his name, but we have no proof. I enjoyed this book. I feel like her character arc is beautiful because from beginning to end, I guess she's not really changed. She understands herself better. The love between her and her brother is so warm and heartfelt, and her adventures in the Kingdom of Back and how she has to fight for the Kingdom of Back in order to fight for her brother, even though that means that she's not going to be remembered for her music like she wanted to be. It was a very enjoyable book by Mary Lou. So I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.